paying tribute and honoring Susan B. Anthony for her work as a women's suffrage leader. And let me just give you a look at the line of people still here. The venue for the Trump rally reached capacity. So for many of his supporters, a t-shirt from the vendor behind me is as close as they can get to Donald Trump. The car was sliding down the hill here, missed the curve, kept going all the way to the fence here, broke through the fence. You can see the bumper of the car is still here, and it went over the edge of the cliff, plunging 175 feet down. Casey, as you can see, protesters are gathering here for what they're calling an emergency rally. The Buffalo Bills are kicking off their preparations for the season right here, and fans say they wouldn't miss it. Teams are almost ready to start here.
All clear!
And they're off. This is a one-of-a-kind virtual playroom showing the most iconic toys from over many generations. You can see you have Darth Vader over here, who you can pick up and move around. According to Golf Week, Rochester ranks among the top cities nationwide for golf courses per capita, and more rounds of golf are played here than in cities twice the size.
We're going to have a great day, and we are going to be heard.
Women's marches happened worldwide Saturday, but none with the significance seen here in Seneca Falls, considered the birthplace of the American women's rights movement.
This is sacred ground for not only women's rights, but for all rights, civil rights, and social justice.
Organizers say they're sending a powerful message to the new presidential administration.
All of the marches around this country and the world today are a call to action, and the way I see it is an opportunity for people to commit or recommit to a vigilance.
The day began at the Women's Rights National Historic Park, site of the first Women's Rights Convention in 1848.
Reading the signs, seeing the generations, seeing people taking up different concerns, it is just the most warming thing I have seen in a long time. And the sun is shining. Thousands have gathered here in Seneca Falls. You can see them marching from the Women's Rights National Park all the way through the town in solidarity with marches across the world. A rally featured speakers like Syracuse Mayor Stephanie Miner addressing issues like equal pay, education, and health care.
I'm an Army nurse, I'm a veteran, and it's important that we have health care, and it's important that the children and the young people today have Social Security and Medicare. Those are very, very good programs, and we deserve them, and we should keep them.
Organizers say the crowd was larger than Seneca Falls' population. One of those residents says it's an honor.
I'm so proud to have been born here and lived here my entire life, and this is just awesome. It's not man-hating, it's about equal rights for all.
That's a message organizers say resonates in Seneca Falls and beyond.
Great place to draw on history and to send it into the future.
Jordan Mazza, Time Warner Cable News.
Just come forward. Just come forward and get it off your mind, get it off your conscience.
This plea comes from a woman who lost her daughter and two of her grandchildren in last month's High Street house fire. It claimed the lives of 25-year-old Virginia Ortiz, 6-year-old Willie Nelson Jr., and 3-year-old Amia Nelson. Now the family and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms are offering a $10,000 reward for anyone with crucial information on the arson.
Any information that you have, please, can you come forth? That's all I'm asking. I need closure. My family need closure. The two remaining children need closure.
Saturday, family distributed flyers on the reward. The victim's family has been going house to house all the way up and down this street and throughout the neighborhood, hoping each flyer brings them closer to justice. The victim's next-door neighbor says she hopes the neighborhood responds.
I just pray somebody come out and help these people. Their family need closure. I would want my family to have closure. I mean, they buried their loved ones and don't know who did it. That's sad.
One neighbor says he's already provided police with this surveillance video he says shows people running when the fire started. But police say they still need the public's help in this investigation.
This is an example of innocent children and their mother being murdered. And that in and of itself needs to implore people to come forward and talk to us and tell us what they have. There is no snitching. It's doing the right thing.
In Rochester, Jordan Mazza, Time Warner Cable News. You might have heard the buzz about Pokemon Go. Now one local company says it's taking it to a level we've never seen before.
So imagine playing Pokemon Go with this, folks.
Rochester-based Vuzix makes technology like smart glasses that aim to literally alter the way people see the world.
You can put on a pair of glasses and you look into the real world and there are objects there that look like they belong there. It changes everything.
Meet the Vuzix eyewear video headphones.
It's a wearable TV set, but with really complicated optics in it that ultimately are going to look like sunglasses. And what's cool about these glasses is they allow you to take the digital world, which is everywhere today, and connect it to the real world. That's where things get interesting.
I can look all around me and I see the whole cityscape. I see a police car over here. It's just a completely immersive, three-dimensional experience. The video headphones will be used next month in the U.S. Drone Nationals Racing Championships.
This sport is massive, and it's growing very, very fast, and it's exciting.
But Vuzix is developing ways to fit that technology into what looks like an everyday pair of glasses. What you see here is basically modeled in this device, and you put your eyes up to it, and what I see is a whole collection of little robots. And when I reach my arms out, I can take my hands and literally pick them up, move them over here, and you can hear them reacting. But it's not all fun and games. Major companies are using smart glasses to improve efficiency. And Vuzix is a company proud to say the future is here in Rochester.
The fact that we're here in Rochester, we're doing these really, really cool technology things here in Rochester blows people away.
Jordan Mazza, Time Warner Cable News.
Day one of me coming into my adoptive parents' home.
Jenny Thomas has known she was adopted since she was 4. And she's known her biological mother was also from Rochester. In the years since, interactions prompted questions in her mind.
Does she know me? Is she looking because I look familiar? Maybe I need to move so she can get a better look. And if someone was approaching, maybe she's going to ask me.
Thomas says she searched for her mother for 15 years without success. Questions about family health history compelled her to try again.
I have somebody who's looking for her biological mother.
She reached out to the new TLC show Long Lost Family, which tries to reunite adopted children with their biological parents. The show found her birth mother, but when they gave Thomas a photo of her, something shocking happened.
Oh my God. I know her.
It turns out the mother she had searched for and wondered about for her entire life was her colleague here for years at Strong Memorial Hospital.
Never in a million years would I have thought that the woman that was my mother was an arm away, right there next to me for a couple of years, working side by side, talking to her.
Thomas says she was struck by a range of emotions.
Here it was, the dream that I've always been waiting to come to life, and I didn't really have any words.
But then she started to have questions.
Of course, I wondered, did she know? Did she have an inkling? Was there any spark for her when she saw me day in and day out?
Thomas says that still hasn't been directly answered. She says after the show's reunion, her birth mother, Nita Valdez, was overwhelmed and is stepping back. Valdez did not respond to our request for comment.
I started to think more realistically on the negatives, the pros, the cons, and prepared myself for maybe it wouldn't go as I had thought all those years.
But she says she's now at peace with the situation.
A lot of people don't get the opportunity to meet their biological parents. So whether the relationship evolves, grows, or it doesn't, I'm thankful for the opportunity.
She says she's also thankful for something else.
My adoptive parents were absolutely phenomenal. Sorry. It's kind of gotten lost in this. And just like any family, we've had issues, but I wouldn't be where I am now if it hadn't have been for them. And anyone else that's looking or searching, you know, I'm thinking of you. You're in my thoughts, even if I don't know you personally. I know what you are experiencing. I know what your journey is like. And I wish you the best.
In Rochester, Jordan Mazza, Time Warner Cable News. If you're looking for a special piece of New York history, why choose just one? The Genesee Country Village and Museum is New York State's largest living history museum and the third largest in America. Now it's celebrating 40 years.
We want to welcome people back for our 40th anniversary to see our new things and to bring in new fans as well.
Like these youngsters.
2 thumbs up.
There's a lot to see. You definitely can get exercise.
That's because this 600-acre site in Mumford is filled with dozens of carefully curated historic structures brought here from all across Western New York. And they're windows to different periods of history, ranging from pre-Erie Canal pioneer barns to ornate mansions, even George Eastman's childhood home. But this isn't a look but don't touch museum.
The rope barriers are coming down, the spaces are becoming much more interactive, so that you can sit on the furniture, have tea in the tavern, have a tavern dinner, or get up close and personal to the craftspeople. So we really feel like we're interacting more with our visitors.
The museum encourages visitors to get their hands dirty, but if you do, you might need to take a little trip over to the well, where you put in some elbow grease and wash them off the good old-fashioned way. Visitors say old-fashioned can be refreshing.
Being away from technology is nice for a day and just to see what it was like back in the day. So beautiful place to bring family.
But if you and the family are serious about living history, you can actually live here. For a bit, at least. Visitors can sign up to spend the weekend on this pioneer farm. Or if that's not your style, there are weekends celebrating themes like the Civil War, Jane Austen, or Halloween.
It's different every day you come back. Weekends have special events, but during the week you can stop and chat with people and really make it part of your own life when you come out here with your family on your own. Everything from children and families all the way up to older adults to come back and appreciate what the past has to offer to us today.
For Explore New York, Jordan Mazza, Time Warner Cable News.